Oh my gosh, so it's finally here. I'm so excited. So I just thought, I'd have some fun and go over some really exciting things right now. So obviously I'm going to go through this Halloween Jeffree Star mystery box that I've just been waiting for forever. I know a lot of people have gotten theirs. So y'all know I can be a little bit of a train wreck, so I'm going to go off the beaten path a little bit at some points. I'm going to try to keep both oars in the water. It's just, I have, however, I really want to go over with you guys. I want you to hear my take on these treasures right here. Oh, these are two really personal books to me that I just went through, and yeah, when I get into that, it's gonna be something. So obviously I'm gonna open this, and so I'm gonna be honest, and keep it brief, considering I've been waiting for this. I've been looking at Lineup People's options, and so what I'm hoping for, which I'll be happy with whatever I get. I love a lot of neutral things. As you can see that I wear a lot. I don't go too colorful, but for the most part, obviously I know there's one clothing item in here, and it's eight items. What I'm hoping for is I want to get the Extreme Frost in a really, really light color. I've always wanted to get the Extreme Frost. I don't have the Extreme Frost. I'm hoping for, let's see, well, for the palette, I'm really hoping it's going to be Blood Sugar. Like, I would be so ecstatic. And that should be about it for the most part. I'd be blown away. Oh, for the lip liner, I think that it would be really cool if I got Calabasas. If not, whatever lip liners I get, I'm going to be totally, happy with. So, okay, looks like we have a mystery on our hands. Kids, you remember that reference? Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Oh my god, how crazy would it be if, it popped up, it says your video is now blocked due to Scooby-Doo. Oh my god. Studios. Oh man, what the hell? They really taped this thing. Shit. Yeah, I was so happy because I did not think I was going to get it today. And I had planned for it to be Wednesday because I know Wednesday is the best day to do a live. And I wanted to really get my books and all this in there. Come on now. I'm just going to rip the rest of this open. Okay, so I'm not just going to pour it all out, okay? I'm going to just I don't know, be fun. Oh, gosh, I don't know, you guys. This hat is driving me freaking cray. Oh, and it's a little hot. I thought I'd wear the haunt for Halloween. You know what? I don't know if I can do the hoodie. I can't even do the hoodie. Can y'all please give me a second? Lord Jesus. Hey, guys. Oh, I see so many old friends. Okay. So, oh my god, do I look crazy? Yes. What's new? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dig my hand in, and then hopefully, I don't know, I won't grab the biggest thing. I can feel. And then, so I think this is something small. Let's see what this is. No, I don't know. It's obviously not the palette, so. Let's see what my first, okay, they're lip liners I could feel in a, let's see, it's a What is it in? Candy Drip and Calabasas! Hey, I called it! Yes, thank you so far. Oh. Okay. Oh my god, they have this stuff like so wrapped individually. Like, okay, so this looks like it's going to be, I have no, this feels like something right. Okay. So these are more lip ammos. I knew that would be a lot of the items. Let's see. Tinted with a hint of darkness. This is the, I don't see where it says Widow. So this is the black color, I'm guessing, that I've seen a lot of people were getting. And there's strap. Now that looks cool. Is it metallic? I don't know. Okay, let me see. What did I just do? I'm gonna lose the camera too in a second, you guys. I really have to figure out what just fell. It never goes as planned, you guys. This is crazy. And you know what? My hair is driving me nuts. And I know this is gonna be the lip scrub. I'm always happy with whatever lip scrub. But it would be cool if it was like strawberry. And it's strawberry! What the hell? Man, I'll tell you what, if I get this all on point, okay, so now I'm gonna pull out the clothing item. Oh, man. And it is the shirt that has like the tie-dye rub in it, and it's just right for Halloween. So I'm gonna have to like get on that. Let's see. Well, it's cool that they're individually wrapped, so it's not like I can see them all at once. Oh, I already know. I already know what the big finale is. Extreme Frost, what color? Sour Ice. Okay, I can work with that. Not what I wanted, but let's just see this for a second. Oh, wait. They're a lot lighter than I thought. So I thought this would be, it's going to be like green tinted, I think. Sour Ice is. But, it's still like, oh my god, like, let me just try this for a second. Wow. That is exactly what I have been looking for. So, I think I got my wrapping paper to do this. I do got white tape to use, but it's not that necessary. Okay, you guys, and the palette is the palette that, I mean, you guys all probably would have guessed, and it is Bloodlust. So I'm ecstatic with everything. I really am happy. My hair is driving me nuts, though. I really am happy with everything that I did get. I was looking at Bloodlust, and I'm like, you know what, this is a lot to work with, but Blood Sugar is my favorite, and it's good to have something that has a lot to work with, you know. Look at this. I mean, this is gorgeous. It's a $222 value for $100, so I mean, it's a steal. I mean, I'm definitely really, really happy. Like locks. Ooh. I just gotta show everybody, like, look at these colors. So, like, so, I can't wait to try this out. Yes. Thank you, God. Could have been anything. So, what I really wanted to get into was these books really bad. I've been like holding off for a little while. Well, this one actually just came out. So, but this one right here in particular. Okay, so these treasures right here. Well, so to start off, these are two amazing reads, stories of people's lives. And let me tell you why I love them. I believe, and why everybody I believe will love them, is that they can relate to something in one of these stories, and it's tremendous. It's tremendously effective for people, and the proceeds from both of these go to organizations that I completely stand by, and they're my favorite causes, like I'm saying, and it's addiction and mental health. Next to Alzheimer's would be my biggest two cause, but that's impactful. But they really talk about focus on, building a community, and for being a local, author, and having your proceeds completely go. I mean, and being young, it's just amazing. And for instance, I mean, Sandusky, a lot of people, would knock, or, would say that, there's not a lot, of resources or community. But to me, there's so many things. I mean, we have parks, we have Sheldon's Marsh, we have places like the Artisans, we have Care and Share. I mean, not a lot of places have food banks that give like a tremendous amount of food and free clothes. I know it's not open right now, I know it's not, but it's going to reopen, and it's amazing. And I'm always going to stand by those types of things, because they were there when I needed help, and I just couldn't be more blessed for it. And let's see, what else did I want to say? I guess, yeah, with that being said, I'm just gonna tell you about my favorite parts in these, because I can't like read the books to you, obviously. Just, little, I think, crucial things that hits home to me. And I think that a lot of people, I might lose after this, but I think, what sold me is, for this one. So I would start with is the very first paragraph. Let's see here. Let's see. What makes an addict strong is their honesty and ability to adapt to life-changing events that may make others crumble. And you got to understand that when you do come from that, it's extremely, extremely just draining, and it's a lot of work that people don't understand that you put into when you start recovery. And there's the other part I really, really love is that it says, this seems dramatic, but our dreams are wired, our brains are wired to make us feel that we cannot live without the drug, and that it needs to be the first thing we focus on for the day. Let me tell you, I used to always try to explain to people that it's not necessarily wired, but I would say warped, and I really love that. He said wired, because when you say warped, it kind of makes it almost like permanent. And that's and by the way, if I read some of these things, I don't want to trigger anybody or say the wrong thing, so I want to say right now ahead of time that that it can be for some people when I talk about this, and I'm not going to get into every detail, obviously, but it's just so impactful. Now on the other hand, I gotta tell you, there's a few other things. I gotta look at the pages and see which ones they were. So I've read books on addiction. I have in my phone. I was actually ordered though. Let's see. I had Biology of Desire and Willpower Doesn't Work. And, those books were great. However, I did feel that, in a sense, this is an awesome guide before you read those two, because a lot of the times when you do read more in-depth anatomy type of, say, books, it's kind of I don't want to say misleading, like it's not I can't think of the word. It's not intriguing, I guess is the only thing I could say. And honey, I mean, this is where it's at. Um, I think this needs to be in every jail, in every rehab, and that's what they're working on. And that made me just ecstatic alone. But it's gonna take work, and right now, like for the children, these are the two books. Like, if you can't, afford it, and you can't and everything, that's fine. But I just cannot get over enough how beautiful these are, and just powerful. If you have kids and you're an adult, you need to be proactive. These books, especially during an epidemic, during a pandemic, it's crazy. It's crazy right now. And it doesn't mean that you just have to, focus on addiction, and it could be the mental health one. Let's see here. What else I wanted to get into? I say they go hand in hand, but I kind of rabbit trail when I read stuff. Let's see, page 32. Oh, the worst day in my life in sobriety is by far better than my best day in active addiction. So that one's really powerful, because every day that I get up, there's days it's hard, and a lot of the time I use just because of the cravings, and a lot of the times I use because of things I wasn't happy, where I felt like I should be in life. But that's besides the point. That's a very, very awesome message that just spoke to me when I was reading this. And let's see, page 68. And there's another amazing point that is kind of my favorite. It says, I looked down at my bowl of frosted flakes with ice cold milk and sugar sprinkled over the top, and my heart sunk into my chest. I wasn't hungover, I wasn't withdrawing, and I was not focused solely on my drug of choice for survival. I realized that it had been years since I had been able to enjoy a bowl of cereal. I remember having that moment, and I'm gonna stop, reading so much there. I remember having that moment and realizing to myself, it wasn't that for me. It was, I had lost everything. I had went through so much. I, almost lost my life. How many times? And so I just realized, wow, once I got look at all these things around me that, make me so happy that, I don't need to feel that euphoric feeling anymore, and, this is just bugging me. But yeah, it's really, really, really sweet. And when you want to pick up a book that, just gives you hope and faith in this crazy world right now. I mean, I couldn't think of a better time to have one of these. And getting somebody out of the chains of addiction is just the most rewarding, amazing feeling ever. And I have to give him the most props for that. Because, you know, it's awesome to have programs, and it's awesome to have, you know, professionals. And I'm not cutting anybody down, because I think that you should absolutely, if you're going through mental health, see a professional, because even if your child is, you know, I think it's very, very important to get a second opinion yourself. You know, just go talk to somebody who is a therapist. I don't see any shame in it. There's a stigma around it. I don't. I mean, clearly. So, with that being said, I am going to get into this book now. I gotta find my little things that I have here. So when I got this, I didn't see like the book coming out. I just seen an interview that it was coming out. So I think I know it's fairly new. But you know, you look at the cover, right? And you don't think like, okay, you know, this kind of looks like a child's or a coffee table book. Not at all. You guys, not at all. This and let me tell you, my nephew sold over 200 books within the first month, I think it was. Don't put me on an exact number. And this became a New York Times bestseller, I just found out. And so I did see this in an interview, and I just felt compelled. I just felt compelled with everything it's about. I just felt like I have to talk about this. So what did I do? I thought, what can I do to make a difference? You know, and so we can provide these resources that this book wants to support through proceeds, and that is to have mental health aids in school and classes and mental workshops. I mean, I think that's going to help so much. It scares me, you know. It really scares me to think about, like, if I had a child and they went through what I had went through and did not have some of these things. And, you know, through the grace of God, I had thick skin, but I don't know who won't and who will. And it's just so nice. I can't talk enough about this. Like, I'm really gonna go on. You're gonna probably lose me. Please don't, because I have so much good to say. You know, I can't convince anyone to want to be a part of either of the causes. You know, I want change more than anybody. With that said, it is, I also understand, you know, it's sad that, you know, parents, they work, they have kids, people have lives, and you can't always do that, but you can always share the message of channel kindness. And that's what me doing this is about. It's about wanting to tell everybody, you know, to just share the message about the book, or share the message about the organizations where they can get resources. And you know, this has every variable to change the world, and it's so easy to do, but no one will give it a chance. It was like John Lennon said. I heard her say that he said, you know, just give peace a chance. And people were like, yeah, I mean, what do you mean just give it a chance? You know, like, how's that gonna, just give it a chance. If we give this a chance, we could really, I believe personally in the bubble effect, like a chain reaction, you know, same difference, but to me, a bubble effect keeps getting bigger. And so, I believe, you know, if you're kind and you reach out to somebody at school, and like the book, you know, elaborates on, and you seek somebody who looks like they may need help, guess what? They're going to be happier. They're going to go home to their family. The family's going to be happier, or vice versa. If even if you're out in public and you're kind to somebody and, they're having a bad day, they go home to their, family and kids, and it goes around. And so, you know, that's the big promises with this. And I really want to get into reading. So I'm obviously a fan. You see the author's name here. And naturally you're going to think, well, of course, I would promote or try to, sell that or put this out there. But actually that's not what directly got me. It was where I seen all the young people talking together, and because I don't have any other book. I really actually don't have any other actual book. She hasn't even ever wrote a book. So she has a coffee table book I don't have, which is just pictures and then maybe little, side notes to it or whatever you want to call them. And so what I'm trying to say is, this is when I'm going to finally, read into it now. This is young people all across the country with highlights of stories. And I think it says, let's see here. This material book covers topics that include sexual assault, suicidal ideation, and other potentially triggering subjects, just to let you know. And I don't know what exactly I highlighted to read out of it, but I just had to let you know that I really love that it also focuses on helping with grief, loneliness, and hardships. And the first beginning message is just beautiful. We dedicate this book to any and all humans who inevitably suffer in life, and for those who both do and do not yet understand the power of channeling kindness into all things we do, into kindness itself. You are the best. Thank you. Love, your kindness punks. Lady Gaga. And this is just such educational too. It's a good tool. Like I said, I call this one a manual and the other one more of a guide, because that one's going to guide you into the right place. This is a manual you're going to look back at when, well, at least I do now. And I look back and I think to myself, when I'm feeling, well, my issue is anger, and I read these stories and I think, oh my God, she talks about something very specific that touches me, and that's that anger and hatred, more than anything, is evil, and it breeds. It's intelligent. It's smart. It makes you think, how to be sneaky about bringing somebody down. And if we just, take a second to really, get the premises of this, we can really make a change. I'm going to I'm going to say what also intrigued me is how it explains students look. Oh, I said that. Look for signs. Let me see what else I was going to say. Okay, so let's go to page 12. So, another amazing thing we don't realize about people and other youth of ourselves is just the gift of being seen and heard. This is an amazing, amazing topic in here, because, we can dance around the truth all day we want, but being told to suck it up doesn't work. It may work for your grandmother, it may have worked for you, But a lot of people have PTSD, and a lot of people have all these issues that were supposedly, grown up in such a, time where, all this, sensitivity that we have today is supposedly detrimental. I, it's BS to me. To an extent, I don't think you should be babied, but I think, it's important that we have conversations and that, we talk about these things and we get to the root of, why there's so much suicide, why there's so many people that lead to drug addiction, why so many people, have all these issues. And it can be nipped so early if we just could take this into consideration. But it's hard for some people. So the first story that, just made me cry, let me see here, was Hannah's story. And I don't know exactly how to put this, but Hannah is, let me see. Wow, I'm really getting into depth here. So I must have passed something here. Yeah, I did. I'm so unorganized. Okay. So, Hannah is basically a girl with an intellectual disability, as you know, Down syndrome. And in her journey, she became a member of the Youth Activation Committee and for Special Olympics of Colorado. And it gets into like some really just strong, powerful things that really touched me. And like I said, I just really felt impacted by hers. Another thing I wanted to read was, let's see, page 33. Okay, the quote. The more we share our stories through words or pictures, music, or drama, the kinder I've been doing this too long, our world will be. That says it all. That says it all. And hi, I love you. I've like been ignoring everybody because it's so much. Thank you. And this is Claire's story. And yeah, it's just so much of an easy concept that gets overlooked. I think I would just hope my parent would consider this. And it's getting back to another topic of Hannah's. That's her. And the quote I wanted to read is, disability doesn't mean inability. People with disabilities often have to do things just a little differently. And I thought that was really beautiful. That was the part that really got me. I got too much makeup on here. I'm not going to get upset. Also page 56. So a lot of my past issues, I would kind of shut everybody out a lot. And it talks about forgiveness. It says, forgiveness became a key to my ability to heal and be resilient, allowing me to think more clearly, positively, and productively. And to me, letting go, you're giving away. It's so powerful. And it talks about, not condoning and being able to still hold or somebody accountable, but it gets so in depth. that I'm not gonna give a lot away again, because I don't even know if that's like copyrighted, like music I can't have anymore. Um, so I'm gonna try to read through this because I know I've taken way too entirely long. So what I really loved that I want to read for you guys is they did a little questionnaire, and I did my own. I made my own, and it would say like, can you talk about the acts of kindness you do every day? I believe kindness can be shown in a variety of ways, big and small. It starts with a caring and compassionate heart. I've always had the desire to help people, especially those who are struggling in some way, whether it's helping an elderly person. It's gonna get to me. Put heavy groceries in his car, or rescuing a stray and finding it a loving home. Putting yourself out there doesn't require much, and the reward is great. You heal yourself. That's what this talks about. You heal yourself. You know, this isn't a political thing. This isn't a religious thing. It's not. Um, it's not. You know, something that they're trying to pound into your head. It's just a really nice read that you can keep by your bed and inspire you. The next questionnaire, or part of the questionnaire, was, with your diagnosis, do you have time for putting yourself out there? In the world of lupus, check, my acts of kindness typically revolve around spending time with men and women who are just diagnosed and frightened. Giving them a chance to talk about their fears, ask questions, is so cathartic to them, and it brings me great joy to share their experiences. So I'm gonna stop with that part, at least so far. Um, so I'm gonna talk about, and I know a lot of things are supposed to be anonymous, but I'm gonna talk about what I heard over the summer, since a lot of things are done virtually now. I watched this live about this mother who lost her son tragically, and it was overdose, and I remember her saying that people were afraid to, you know, talk and, you know, kind of bring it up, or even, you know, how to go about, you know, helping her grieve or whatever. You get what I'm getting to. And so somebody finally made a list of questionnaires and about the most beautiful things about him. And it helped her so much because she wanted that. She wanted that. She wasn't ashamed. And I think that's a big part in the book, too. It is a big part in the book. They talk about shame. Ashamed to speak up when you've been assaulted or bullied or affected by somebody through something. And that's what I want to exterminate, erase. That is the stigma. So what I did was I not only made my own questionnaire. What should I read first? Because the end of the book says, somebody tell me, the end of the book says, in this book we begin to fill all the negative space with kind things. So you write basically what you have. It says, notes as you mark up your book, moments that you've had both with you and how you've channeled it. And just moments of that you remember of kindness. And I did that. And so I guess that's what I'll start with. All right, so I'm going to start with one memory. I remember I went to Catholic school. I went to Holy Angels to second grade. And I was in second grade. And I had this one friend of mine. He was black. And he kept touching my hair. And I went home and I told my mom, I don't know why he's teasing me. She said, Cody, I need you to understand something. It's not that you're being teased. It's that it's different. You know you're different, so what I want you to do is I want you to go back to so-and-so, which I remember his name vividly, and he's still in town. And she said, I want you to tell him, you have wonderful hair. Why don't we play this game instead? That was just one incident that I remember really clearly. And another time, somebody this is when somebody gave me an act of kindness, and it really, really touched me in high school because I had a really hard time. And probably gonna get a little out of place with this, but another time somebody gave me an act of kindness was a friend who took up with me, and it was in art class. And well, anyhow, the teacher said we absolutely had to be at school the day of our. I had a portfolio of projects, and if not, they would be thrown in the trash and cleared out. So I actually didn't make it to school that day. And it was towards the end of the year. Yes, I know. But anyways, my friend, I almost said the name, got it out for me, and this is the thing. It's like, this is why things have to change, and that's why this book is so goddamn important to me. Okay? I don't mean to cuss to be effective, but because God, I mean, help me get this through. We cannot allow that to happen. There is somewhere in that school that teacher could have put my project and chose not to. Because why? Because what kind of disciplinary action is that? Now, I can understand if it's a big school and there's a lot of students, but it's a big school, so there's room. It was very, very, to me, a malicious type of discipline, and there's no responsibility that comes with doing that to somebody. To me, it's only detrimental. Every teacher, I'm not trying to cut anybody down, but that makes me very, very less hopeful for our future, because youth is our future. And if our kids are if that's how we're just going to just throw it away like garbage, I mean, what are we really saying their worth is and what they could do for our future, So I'm going to read you another time I wrote in here that I remembered hearing about an act of kindness. So I've already said in my recovery story about how my grandmother had always showed me that she would make it around and speak to people, and would just always was just so bubbly and made everybody feel comfortable. Well, anyhow, would talk to the one person that didn't seem like they were talking. So anyhow, I remember my grandmother telling me she was at work, which was the floating box, which is no longer around, so I can speak about this. And so she took a bite of an apple from her friend who was black and who was also from the South like her. And her friend said, "I can't believe that you did that." She said, "Well, what do you mean?" She said, "Where I would have lived, nobody would have done that." Now you got to think, my grandmother is 89 years old. 89 years old. This like just touches my heart. She's 89 years old. So she's not, this isn't always something that is inbred. I mean, a lot of the times, yes, it is, but it wasn't with her. That was not the way she was raised. And I'm going to read you now my questionnaire that I took from the book that is really, really therapeutic to me. And basically, one of the questions that I did was, when do you feel the most alive? And my answer was when I'm home with my loved ones, doing just the simplest, silly things, when I feel beautiful internally as well as out on the outside. And that's what I felt like today. I felt like these books need to be heard, whether it's one person picks it up, one person shares the message of it. That's all that matters to me today. And I feel really good about that. What's the one thing in life you're so happy you did? For me, it was I graduated esthetician school. I mean, that alone, I was going through a lot. And it made me feel valuable. They really helped me. And I'll always be forever grateful for that. Who's the one person who changed your life? It always seems cliche, but my mother. She's so intelligent and gives me such amazing advice. Um, and I also have to be honest, my grandmother. I think strong women in general in my life have really changed my life. Um, my mom did so much raising me on her own without my father, and it showed me exactly how to be independent and strength. And I just can't thank her enough. Another question is, what makes you cry now? For me, it's seeing people suffer. Honestly, I can't watch the news. I refuse to watch the news. I'll watch Wendy Williams before I watch the news, just because it's so negative. I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to hear about, more deaths. And, I know what has to be done. And if something serious comes about, it'll come to me. Uh, Everything's going to work out, whether it's for the worse or better. I believe that there will be a renaissance. And it also says, there's a verse also in the Bible, whether you're religious or not, but it does say after every drought, it has to be a regrowth. And I believe that's what's happening right now. I believe that through all the pain everybody's going through, we're having a regrowth. And so the next question was, what's your favorite place on earth? So I've already said home when I was talking about earlier about when I feel the most alive, but the coolest place I visited, to put another answer to it, is I remember I took 75 to Florida. Hey Mo, miss you. But anyhow, I took this trip down 75. We took a road trip, and we went through so many things, right? And I don't remember for exact. I have down here the Swanee Park, so I believe that's what it was called. But like I said in here, I wasn't for sure clear. But I just remember me and my grandfather were going down the road to the park, and it was way back somewhere. And one side had like just beautiful tall grass that just swayed. I can't explain it. And the other side was where the park would have been, and a lot of trees, vegetation and all that types of stuff. But the trees I have dreams, I vividly remember, had moss hanging off of them, and that's what Florida has. It's so gorgeous. But this park had clear water, and if I could just go back to that place like that. And we drove all the way, down to like Clearwater and Key West, all the beautiful beaches. But something about this place was so peaceful. I wish I could find the exact name. I know I have pictures for sure on MySpace when we took this trip. But I'm taking way entirely too long to answer these questions. Who's one of your heroes? Well, this may sound like no surprise, but my grandfather, and that's because he stepped up after I lost my father, and he was the father figure to me, to where it was like literally, I felt like he literally was my dad at times. I wanted to say that, and yeah. I wanted to put Lady Gaga so bad, but because of what I have already spoke about, I seen an interview that saved me from suicide where she talked about how she would deal with it, and that alone, those two kind of things that come into your life is just so heroic, and you don't even realize it sometimes. You're just changing somebody's life. What's the most important for your mental health? Me is staying consistent with giving myself time. just to do, productive activities like this, do questionnaires that are fun about your hobbies and activities that I like to do, which is guitar, writing, art. Oh, I got that all over. So yeah, just which has been a really long process for me. Just staying at activities like that. If you could send a note to yourself in 2030, what would it say? I would tell myself, I love you and stay strong. What's one thing you were wrong about? I thought I had to be aggressive to be effective towards people, and you don't have to be. Not at all. You can actually walk away. You can. You don't have to listen. You don't have to look. You can move on from negative people you can't change. That was the other part. It's like I wanted them to see. So I would say things, and sometimes they'd be insulting. And most of the time I was insulted, so I kind of put my spin on that. And it was because I was being attacked. And so, I realized I don't have to be that way today. I don't. What would you love to invent? An ultimate filter. I don't know if that could ever be, possible for life, but that'd be great. But I mean, just through social media and, how we treat people. When in life have I needed courage? Well, I definitely needed courage quite a few times in my life. Let me say, but mostly when I was bullied. When I got older in my 20s, I kind of came into my own, and my foot fell asleep. No, damn. I've already said, I watched her behind the scenes interview, and oh my God, why? I'm just forever grateful for that, the whole taboo thing of sucking it up, and it's okay when you're bullied to step up and not just always fight back, but talk about it and get everything out. That helped me become courageous. What's your worst habit? I want to say something like mentally. I've already said maybe being aggressive, but honestly, like my best friend will tell you, she hates that I chomp sometimes, and I really always try to work on it, but it's just been such a habit that it's like one thing so hard to work on. If you could choose any magical power, what would it be? It would be, and I took this out of what she's already said, Lady Gaga, and that's to give everybody peace. I mean, honestly, if we could just have this renaissance, like it felt like when I was a child, just a childlike love and understanding, I think it would just be so beautiful. What do you think about on long flights? Okay, is everything going, and drives, is everything going, are we going the right direction? That's about it. I mean, how much longer is it? I don't know. If you were creating a time capsule to be opened in 100 years, what would I put inside of it? I would put pictures, activities that I've wrote, like such as this one, and just one big peace sign with a smiley face. How do I define a soulmate? Okay, so I believe a soulmate. I believe that a lot of people can come through and be soulmates. I don't really see that as one thing, a mate, but if I had to define it, I would say it's somebody that you completely understands you, listens to you, connects with you. You have chemistry. They're consistent. You just somebody you can't get enough of, I guess. Hey, Jill. I'm waving to you. Oh, almost canceled the thing. It won't let me do that anymore. So yeah. What's one thing you change about yourself? And I've said my temper, but not my uniqueness. What's the greatest gift we can give each other? Kindness. What's the greatest gift we can give ourselves? I would say the same. So that's really all I've got about this. Definitely, you guys consider, I would even, if you guys would really want one of these, I would give this away. I want to see this in libraries. I want to see this in jails. And by the way, I didn't talk about the cover, but the cover has a really cool meaning you gotta check out. As you can see there, and the painting was done by his wife. And just consider, what I said, and have a beautiful, be kind, do one small act of kindness, and it can change the world. Okay, guys, thank you. Love you all.